Okay, so we're going to add content to the body of this website. Let me close this for a sec. Okay, so we're going to add content to the body of this website now. I think we left off last time by previewing this in Firefox. And what did we get here? We had hello, okay? All that code just for hello. Again, most of this is actually invisible, and inside the body here is where our visible content is going to go. Instead of constantly opening up Firefox, I'm actually going to use the Komodo browser, okay? And y'all see how I did that? Here's is the little globe up here. I'm going to open that little black triangle right there, and the top one is in a Komodo tab. And preview with this file, preview using Komodo tab, okay? And that just gives us a nice quick little browser here, and see how fast this is. Hello, here is content. I'm gonna hit save. Okay, hello, here is content. That fast. Okay, so that's what we're gonna be doing. Okay, now notice how we're typing inside the body, and I don't have any tags wrapping this content other than the body tag. Okay, and well, of course, and the greater HTML tag. But anyway, and this text is being rendered right here as paragraph text. And I don't actually want that. I don't, this is like, for example, if you look up a site, there's going to be like headings, right? And then below that, there's going to be all the content in a paragraph. That's maybe more what that font is suitable for. And that's not what I want at first. I want to add the heading 1 to my content. I'll show you what that means. Now, I have this text here. You can use any text that you want. It does not matter. You don't have to write it yourself. You can just get, what I did is I just went to Wikipedia and I just grabbed a few paragraphs of Wikipedia. It doesn't matter. I just need text to demonstrate how to format HTML. You can use text from a different language. You can find whatever, song lyrics, I mean anything you want. It doesn't really matter for these assignments. We're just going to learn how to format with HTML. So, anything you want. Anyway, this is just some paragraphs of about trees off of Wikipedia. So I'm going to grab this first heading here, all about trees. Okay, and again, that's what our website title is going to be anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that content right here. Okay, all about trees, and I want to format this as an H1 heading. Okay, so how I do that is, now there's H1 through H6. Okay, now how I do that is left angle bracket, H1, right angle bracket, and then I have to close that. So left angle bracket / H1 and right angle bracket. There. Now when I hit save, aha, it's a H1. Now what does that mean exactly? What I have here is, this is at the W3 schools. All I did was just, honestly, all I did was, I'll go back, I just did a Google search for H1 tag, and then right away the first one that popped up, W3 schools. You can always go to W3 schools. And when I went there, it's, it had an example of the code that you use for your H1 through H6 tags right here, but then of course I had to try it yourself, and then that opened up this tab, and here we go. Here's an example of the headings, right? This is the heading, this is the heading. See how they're tagged H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, and you can see over here the difference between these headings, okay? Now, here's something to keep in mind. This is all that this H1 does visually when in the HTML. It just makes it look like this. Later though, when we're using CSS, we can say, hey, every time you see an H1 tag, make it this font, this size, this color. So you can see how we're not actually using these H1, H2, H3 headings to actually define the way it's going to look. We're simply dividing and separating the content right now so that it's easier to work with, and so that we have these separated tagged content that later we can apply styles to. So I think that's important to note, because it seems really limited right away, like, oh, you only have 6 different sizes you can render these things as. No, we're actually just dividing the content up, and then we'll attack it later with CSS. Okay, so all about trees. So here we go. We're making our web page now. We're adding content to it. I'm going to add in a heading 2 right away. You know how in a lot of articles you'll see that main heading and then a little tagline under it. So we're going to do that right now. Oops. And so I'm going to actually add an H2. Same exact syntax as before. All about trees. What Wikipedia says about trees. I realize that's completely unimaginative, but whatever. Okay, and save. There we go. All about trees and what Wikipedia says about trees. Okay, see how this one is larger right here, and this is more of a tagline under it. I'm going to go ahead and just make that a 3, just to show you what happens. So, and then save it. It gets a little smaller. I actually like that a little bit better. Okay, now so now we have our headers here, and our headings here, and of course you can use 1 through 6, and they really should be used in the order of importance. Okay, you know, in an article, the main heading of the article, what's this article about, what's it called, what's the title of it, and then a tagline under it, and maybe there's some more information underneath here. You know, after this, what Wikipedia says about trees, then maybe we'll divide it up into several different trees, and maybe those will be H4s and H5s. So it's just a way to start to divide things up. Okay, so next on here I have one sentence that I'm going to treat as a paragraph. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and throw this in, and what does it say? In botany, there's a couple things I want to show you. But anyway, in botany, a tree is a plant with an elongated stem or trunk supporting leaves or branches. Okay, I want to make this a paragraph. Okay, and so we're going to actually identify this as a paragraph, and how we do that is P for paragraph. So again, the same syntax with the left and right angle brackets, and then over here I'm going to close it. Okay, same way. Now, one thing I want to show you right now is, you see how I'm scrolling back and forth like this? As you can imagine, this could get really annoying fast if there's just a ton of text here. See, look at this. It's just going to just keep going forever. I don't know how long that goes for. I guess eternity. We don't want to do that. So I'm going to actually get back here, and I'm going to turn on word wrap. Why this doesn't just automatically happen, I have no idea. But we're going to turn it on. So the easiest way is just go up to help up there and just type in wrap and then find it. Word wrap. Where is it? View. Word wrap. Turn it on. Now, see how it just jumped branches over to here? As we type, it'll actually hit the end here and just keep wrapping down the page, which is what we want. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And there we go. We have an H1. We have an H2, and then we have our paragraph. Of course, this is only one sentence, so maybe I should add another paragraph. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this one here. Okay, copy. And I'm going to put this inside another paragraph, like so, and then close it. Okay, see that? Now, there's a few things I want to show you here. You see how these are touching each other, there's no space, or I could put a ton of space here. It's not going to make a difference. What happens here is, because this is a closing p tag and this is an opening p tag, there's going to be a one line space right here, because that's what you do between paragraphs. Let's go ahead and save it and see what happens. See that? Okay. Now, here's what I wanted to show you anyway. If I go like that and add a lot of space right here and save it, look, nothing happened. Okay, because you have to actually define where your space is, and and that's actually pretty nice, because then you can just make as much room all over your HTML as you want to as you go. Okay, so now we're getting a little web page going here, right? All about trees, and just to show you, I'm going to go ahead and preview this in Firefox. Okay, preview in Firefox, and there you go. There's our web page. Okay, it's not that pretty, but that's okay. Okay, and as you can see, it is responsive. You see how I shrink it up, and the words start to wrap like that. Okay, yeah. Anyway, there you go. Web page, and of course you just put that file on the internet and then point your browser to that address, and there you go. So let's keep going and building up our web page. I have another paragraph here, and I know it's like kind of silly. Why am I adding so many paragraphs? But I have a reason for it. Okay, let's do this again. P tag. Paste. Look at all that. Okay, and then we're going to close that up again. Okay, what happens if we don't close a tag, or you know what I mean? Like, no, you don't yet. What happens if we don't close a tag right here, and then I start to type some more stuff right here? What do you think happens? It's obviously just going to keep wrapping it inside that tag, right? So you really want to watch that. You want to watch that you're closing all your tags, because that'll get you. Especially if for example, if I just take this tag out right here and I move it to right here. Okay, let's see what happens. Totally mess the site up. See that? So you have to watch where your tags are going because it's actually going to define what this content is identified as. All right, let's go ahead and undo that and get back to where we were. And make sure. Yep. Okay. Now, if I'm moving too fast, remember, pause. Okay, let's go on. I'm going to add another paragraph here. So another paragraph. Okay, and I do that right here. Okay. P tag, paragraph, closing P tag. We've got some numbers from the citations left in there. And I'm going to hit save, and there we go. We have a nice little web page with some information about trees. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and add another heading. Okay, that's a pretty common thing to see. So what are we doing here with our headings? We have our main all about trees H1 up here, and then we have this what Wikipedia says about trees. Okay, I think that that's the size we're going to keep for our further headings as we separate these, subjects here. So what am I going to put right here? I'm going to put the definition. And I'm going to make that an H3 as well, okay? So H3, and then I'm going to close that. And so below this, obviously, what I'm going to have is a definition of what a tree is. Okay, in its broadest sense, a tree is any plant with the general form of an elongated stem or trunk, blah, blah, blah. Let's put that right here. Okay. Alright, now we have to, again, whoops, I didn't put my H3 in there, did I? You guys should have caught that and told me. Okay, what I'm going to go ahead and do is, in its broadest sense, is define this definition again as a P for paragraph tag, and close it up. Alright, do I need to add any more? Yeah, let's just go ahead and knock this out. I'm going to do mythology next. Okay, we got a little bit about the mythology wrapped up in trees. And we're going to make that an H3 header as well. Okay, remember to always close those tags. And now let's add a little paragraph about the mythology of trees. Okay. And we're going to wrap those in paragraph tags once again, like so. Okay? Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and, well, we'll do that next. Let's just stop right there for now. I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and let's take a look at what our website looks like so far, our web page looks like so far, sorry. And as you can see, we have our H1 heading here, we have our H3, we have these paragraphs, and they're, being formatted as paragraphs, and then our H3 headings here again for the definition of trees and for a little bit about the mythology of trees. Okay, I think that's a good stopping point for this video. In the next video, I'm going to, oh, by the way, this is about it. Okay, we're going to throw a few more tags in for some links. We're going to throw in a tag to add a image, and I'm going to show you how to format text. And formatting text is what you're going to actually use the most when you're inside of a CMS. But if you made it through this part, you're actually just about there. And this is really the basic structure of HTML. So anyway, in the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to format text, how to make some text bold, how to make some render in italics, and a few other little tips and tricks like that.